Mm. Well, thank you for having me.
You look
Quite the
terrific. You look
thank
terrific.
you. Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good. Surprisingly, I mean, I gave birth 40 hours ago, so. But anyways, yeah, my experience with this whole thing has been pretty remarkable. Like my dad said, about 2 weeks ago, um, with my son, obviously, my response to getting him at almost 9 months pregnant when he was going out to the road is just, I wasn't thinking, I'm 9 months pregnant, you just go and you're going to rescue your son. And pulled a muscle down in my groin area. It was, I couldn't move after I had done that immediately. And so further on into the night, being almost 9 months pregnant, getting up to pee every couple hours, of course, wasn't possible for me. Like, I was literally crying in excruciating pain, and could not get out of bed. My husband had to lean over while I was like trying to lean on him to get to the bathroom. And so I talked to my mom the next day, and she introduced me to this whole Olympic art thing to get me on pain relief. And so I was open to it, of course. Like, if you're in pain, you're going to just try what you can. And we got myself completely set up. And by the next night, because throughout the day I could walk, but if I had settled down and, like, say, slept for a couple of hours and then got up to walk, that's when I couldn't make that transition, because the muscles from relaxing, getting back up,
Oh, okay.
were excruciating. So anyway, next night, when I had pain relief going, I was able to actually get out of bed, which, number one, roll over was a tremendous change for me. So that was huge. And then to sit up and walk to the bathroom, it wasn't like, oh, yay, it's completely gone, but it was significantly better. And by the next morning, I was walking around, able to get up, and the pain was very, very minimum. And I was so shocked. I told my husband, I was like, babe, like, can you not see me? I'm walking right now. This is crazy. Like, that was amazing for me. So that was my first encounter with that. Of course, since then, once my pain had subsided completely, I took that off because I didn't need pain relief anymore. But come Monday, I started labor. And just very minimum, I was at like 3 centimeters, very, very beginning.
Hey,
And
Beth,
so,
let me just hold on for a second, because you kind of went over it really quick. I want everyone to understand she couldn't get out of bed, and then a couple days later she turned it off because of the pain going away. And I know you got nurses and doctors coming in, Bethany, but the bottom line is that was a huge thing in and of itself. And so I know she told me that she was going to have nurses and doctors came in, but I want everyone to understand the significance of what happened, because we put it to the test. She was bedridden from a groin pull, and the pain subsided to the point where she turned that off and tried some different things, some multi-nutritional boosts and that kind of thing. So now go ahead with I just wanted to pause you for a second, Bethany.
but yeah, it's okay.
It's a big deal if it was just that, but go ahead.
Right. And sorry if I get interrupted, that I have nurses coming in and out right now. I am actually still at the hospital at the moment. But so yes, anyhow, ended up being reminded with the pain relief. Obviously, going into labor, you're going to have a lot of pain, and I am all for natural birth. So my mom, again, she suggested pain relief, and I had that put on. And actually, I wasn't even thinking about it. I just, obviously, yeah, it worked for me the first time. Let's put it on. But I'm giving birth to a child, so just like give it a shot. But all the way, I was laboring all the way up to 6 centimeters, where we got admitted, which comparison, okay, so I've had 2 kids. My first son, I had a home birth in Hawaii, and that experience was amazing, but it's night and day to like experience 2 different births, 2 different experiences, obviously, but that's what I'm going to be referencing with what my experience is now. So my firstborn and my now 9.5-pound baby that I just had. My first son was 8 pounds. So, collecting my thoughts. Anyways, I had that turned on all the way up to 6 centimeters. I couldn't really believe that I was in labor because it wasn't as intense. Now, with my first son at 3 centimeters, it felt like I had been in active labor practically. At 6 centimeters with my second son, I was still in denial that I was actually in labor. So now, like I said, I don't know how or what this correlates to this, but this is just something that I was reminded that I actually had going during this entire time and have something to reference, obviously, because I had 2 children and all of it natural. At 16 centimeters, I got my water broke. 2 hours later, I had my son. I did not tear or anything. My first son, I tore significantly and had to get 14 stitches, and he was 8 pounds. My second son, 9.5 pounds, and I did not tear at all. And I was telling my husband, it is insane because here I am 40 hours later. Not only that, I think it was less than 12 hours after I gave birth. I was up showering and could not believe that I felt as good as I did. I'm able to move around the room like I did not just give birth. I'm able to get up, shower, take care of myself. My symptoms of giving birth to a child and a child that big is pretty much like mild bruising. I am not joking, which is really weird. It plays with my head because I'm like, I did just give birth naturally, completely naturally. And so that was my experience, how that relates and how much the pain relief that I had going on and still have going on it relates to all of this and plays into it. I'm not sure to what percentage, but in comparison to my firstborn and my secondborn, there was a significant change.
And Bethany, so
Yeah.
when I talked to you just a little bit ago, you said that the doctors and nurses were very impressed.
Yeah.
And I know it's a little bit embarrassing because you were a model patient having a baby and a large baby at that. But just share with us a little bit what they have said about your birth and what they experienced with you.
Yeah, they well, first of all, it's not very common to have women come in and say, yeah, I'm going to do a natural birth and then stick to it. So, but they were just very impressed with how focused I was able to be through the whole process. And it's so funny. They were telling my husband through the whole experience, like, she should write a book because this is kind of like the picture perfect birth experience. They were just very surprised. And I mean, I'm very honored, honestly, that they thought that. But yeah, they were just all very, very impressed how smoothly it went. And especially with how big he was, like they laid him on me and I was like, wow, I had a month-old baby. Like, it's huge. But hey, yeah, babe, can you bring him over here? I'm going to actually
Yeah.
him to you guys. This is my husband Malachi, and this is little Nova. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you guys both. Bethany, thank you for coming on and sharing your experience. It's awesome. And love to you guys, and thank you for sharing it with our community.
Yeah, thanks to Mom for being, superhero for me.
Love you. Thanks,
I love
Dan.
you too.
But
Alrighty.